Howdy do y'all, this is John and today we are talking about Boston Strangler, new movie out on Hulu right now. In Boston Strangler, it chronicles a journalist's attempt to try and solve the infamous Boston Strangler murders in the 1960s. Okay, so first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. I did think the acting was fine, it was functional. I wouldn't say anyone did an awards-worthy performance or anything like that, but it was functional. Everyone got the job done. No one was truly bad per se, but I wouldn't say it has Oscar-worthy acting or anything like that. And I do like how, with the costume work and with what they did with the cars, they definitely gave it a very 1960s vibe. It definitely looked like it took place in the 60s like it should have. Never once did I look at an outfit and go, that's a modern outfit. I was looking at them going, 1960s. As far as the narrative goes, there were elements that I liked and there were elements that I did not like. First of all, I do think the Boston Strangler does lend itself to a potential movie. It's an interesting serial killer case. And I do think with better people in charge of the film, like the folk who made Zodiac, this could have been a really good movie. I'm serious, if David Fincher directed this movie, I would have been hooked very quickly. But unfortunately, I don't know who actually made the movie. I do know that Ridley Scott was involved, but he wasn't the director. Because the end result of the film is very boring. I was not hooked at all while watching the movie, and I just found it to be very flat and very boring, which is very sad because I like a good murder mystery, especially if it's based on a real life murder. And like I said, the Boston Strangler is a very compelling story because we don't know who did it. We don't know if it was just one person or if it was a whole crew of people. We do know Albert DeSalvo killed the last victim, but did he kill the other 12? There are holes in his story, something they do address in the movie. Like he couldn't remember certain things. The cult, like stuff you would have remembered. Which also lends me to another issue I had with the movie, which was it felt like the filmmakers were trying to say they knew who the Boston Strangler was. The way they did a few things in the movie, it just felt like they were trying to pin it on certain individuals, even though we don't know for a fact that these individuals did that. Well, it's like my only issue with the Zodiac as well. That is an otherwise near flawless film, but they did the same thing in it. My only real issue with Zodiac. But this ain't Zodiac, this is Boston Strangler. And unlike Zodiac, I just was not invested with the investigation or anything like that in the movie. I'm gonna give Boston Strangler a 3. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Bretsky will return.